Hello, everyone. Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker. I come to you in this video with a very precarious situation that I'm in. Last night, one of my roommates just went on a rampage, terrorized everybody in the apartment. Went around terrorizing everybody. That's all I know how to describe it. 13 cops came to the apartment, tried to calm her down. I didn't go outside my room for any of it. I didn't want to deal with any of them. What did I have to say? I mean, they could see. Okay, I have to back up. There's 5 of us who live here. There's, occasional people staying over, whatever, but it's 5 people live here. Me, 3 other guys, that's 4, and then 1 woman lives here. This woman, I don't know what's been going on the last few months exactly, but she'll just start screaming at night. I thought she was screaming in French. I don't really know what it was, but one particular night. But she acts real inappropriate, and I've told the guy I rent from. I'm pretty sure everybody here has told the guy we rent from, like, she's acting out. Being inappropriate, slamming doors, screaming. She's screaming at one particular roommate. I don't even. I don't try and get involved because I know from being a bouncer, when you if you insert yourself into something you don't really know about, first of all, you're just another voice for them to argue with. But you have to be very delicate with if you say anything incorrect. I don't just mean anything they perceive as incorrect, but anything you're not knowledgeable about. That's like their excuse to blow up. And so I know that. And so generally I just try not to be involved, but I right now I still don't understand what happened last night. I wish I didn't make this video. I want to be writing and doing stuff. I thought I was going to sleep well last night. This girl just blew up. Like, I don't know what happened. First of all, I don't believe anything she says, so that's one thing that makes it hard. She was saying she lost her phone, but then apparently she found it. But she was screaming about it. Her phone was lost, and then she was screaming her mom died. And I don't even know if first, I don't believe it. I don't think it's false. I'm just saying I don't believe it. Like, I don't know either way, because she was screaming about that, her mom dying, insulting everybody, insulting me, and it was a lot that happened over the course of an hour, around 12:30 last night to like 1:30. So I can't even begin to describe everything. Basically, this girl was screaming, crying. She was doing this the other night too, like screaming, wailing, and crying. I have no idea over what. And the neighbors don't like it. The landlord doesn't like it. And so the cops were called last night. Cops tried calming her down. Apparently, I didn't even go out, but from what I've heard from my roommates, because we're all we're all united. We're the Fellowship of the Ring right now, the 4 hobbits of, whatever. A few stoned hobbits, I guess, allegedly, or not. I'm not even alleging it. Just, I don't know. One with a weird sniffing problem, and then me, kind of the great hero, the Frodo Baggins of the tale. But I can't even describe. I'm still kind of tired, but she was screaming, banging doors, cussing everybody. A quick summary of things that happened is she knocked on my door like a cop, like bam, 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 bam. Man, I got up and I said, "Stop banging on my door." She's like, "I was just knocking." I said, "No, you're terrorizing everybody." She said, "No, I'm not." I said, "Look, you're walking on the floor, I mop, and you walk on the floor, I clean, use the kitchen, I clean." And I said something like, "You need to stop, like, you're disrespecting me," or whatever. And she was like, "But no." And she was like all of a sudden getting calm. I said, No, I'm not talking to you." And she went away. She kept screaming, kept banging doors. I texted, and I think we were all texting and calling the guy we rent from, who the apartment's in his name. We're subletting from him, which makes now this situation trickier, because now the landlord's threatening to evict us all, apparently, because of this one girl. terrorizing everybody. And her line about whatever, saying she lost her phone, accusing my roommate of getting. Well, okay, I gotta back up. I'll just go in order. But yeah, basically, I'm looking at, okay, we may all be evicted. I may be evicted. Maybe I'd try and seek a lawyer to make a case. Maybe I'd try and talk to the landlord, use my powers of persuasion, because, I think I could maybe get them to listen. Maybe not, depending on the person. Just because you're persuasive doesn't mean someone will listen. They got to want what you're selling or what you're offering. But I sympathize with the fact that, yeah, people don't like the cops coming here and people screaming late at night. So she banged on my door. This wild screaming was happening. She smashed plates in the kitchen. And at some point, she screamed down the hall like, "Fuck you, Angelo! You know we all clean in this bitch!" And I was talking to the guy. I called the guy I rent from, and he basically, he's like, "Yeah, I know." He knew about it. Somebody in the building called the cops, which I don't blame them. I didn't go out into the hall, but from what I understand, 13 cops were here. I could hear this one. She was yelling at the cops. I could hear her, like, she was saying, "My cousin's gonna come here." She was calling one of my roommates a leprechaun and saying, "My cousin's gonna kill you because I don't touch trash, or I don't touch like insects like you, but my cousin's gonna kill you, you cartel wannabe." She was saying he sniffs cocaine. Like, that's all he does, sniff cocaine. And then she said he got her fired from her job yesterday, that she's a bartender, and he got her fired somehow. I'm like, I was tired. I wasn't like super out of it, but I'm like, what in the living fuck does that mean? Your roommate got you fired from your bartending job? And she said she knew because they had a billiard ball, like a pool table ball, in the living room somewhere. Okay, it makes no sense. She yelled to the cops that I called the cops on them, which I did not. She yelled that the other guy, who she called a leprechaun, called the cops on her, which he did not. But she was not even afraid of the cops. Like, I'd be scared shitless. I try and be very respectful and, be very clear what I'm doing. Hey, my hands are, right here where you can see them. And what I talked to my roommates today, hearing about it, he was like, "Yeah, man, she was kicking my door and stuff while the cops were here, and the cops wouldn't do anything. And she's saying drugs are everywhere and whatever." I don't know exactly how long the cops were here, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I'm lying here listening to all this nonsense. She kept screaming at the cops, screaming her mom died. And like I said, I don't believe her. Doesn't mean I believe it's false. I'm just saying, maybe her mom died 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and she's bringing it up now because she was screaming about her mom when she couldn't find her phone. Once she found her phone, which nobody took, she kept saying, "Oh, she needs to find her phone," and my roommates were calling her phone to try and help her find it. She just found it. And then she calmed down and she stopped talking about her mom. So maybe her mom's dead, maybe not. Maybe her mom died 10 years ago and she just brings it up whenever, she's really like flipping out, really upset. But and it's so disrespectful, to bring up like somebody dead like that, to terrorize others. And we're just in the vicinity. But this is all kind of like past me. It's like, okay, whatever. I have nothing to complain about in that. Like, we all know this is incredibly inappropriate behavior. And banging on my door over nothing. Seriously, I was lying down here. So I'm going to try and start running my webcam at night while I'm sleeping here, do more sleep streams, because that would have been good to have that filming to show like hours leading up to this, that I was doing nothing but lying down. But anyways, so all this happens, we're trying to see, like, can she just leave the building? Can we, can they initiate eviction or tell her to leave or whatever? I don't have faith in this process at all. See, such a waste. And I don't even know what started her screaming. I don't freaking know. This is the girl, by the way, who was inappropriate with me sexually. harassed me out on the balcony. I was eating breakfast at like 5 in the morning. She walked out in her underwear. And I'll condense the story a little because she went out and stared at me in her underwear, and okay, I'm not condensing it. I said something like "What's up?" or "How are you?" or whatever. Oh no, I said, "Are you okay?" That's what, I knew that wasn't right. I wouldn't say "How are you?" Yeah, I said, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then she walked away. Came back, still staring at me. I'm like, "What is she?" I thought she was annoyed at me because it's like she wanted the balcony for herself or something. I said, "Why are you looking at me?" She said, "You're handsome," and she was obviously so high. And and I said, "I'm flattered," which I was not. That's a lie. I said, "I'm flattered, but let's just be roommates." Um, and she's like, "Yeah." She said something like, "Yeah, that's cool too. I mean, like I had a coworker who was a boyfriend, though. Sometimes that happens." And then she walked away. And ever since then, months ago, I try and avoid her because I'm like, that is such inappropriate behavior, and it already shows instability, and I don't trust her. So now I talked to several of my roommates today. Um, we all are clear that because they all know the people like the landlord and the superintendent. I don't. Like, I'm one of the newest people here. They said, yeah, they're sick of us. Like, everybody was like listening to our apartment, hearing all this. Some neighbor called the police, and they're going to evict us if something like this happens again. And this woman still lives here. I don't know if she's here right now or like she'll be here later in the day, but there's no guarantee, no reason to believe she would stop doing any of this. So there's every reason to believe like all her past behavior shows she'll continue doing this. Not like she'll be like, oh, okay, well, I got way out of line that time, making stuff up about Angelo, about the guy she called, she insulted as a leprechaun. That was so disrespectful. I've had my problems with people living here, but you can't go around disrespecting people and lying about them. That is so bad. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So I'm just trying to focus on my writing, and if I have to move, I have to move. But I'd at least want to try and you know impress on the whoever the superintendent landlord. Like, look, we get it. Like, I don't even like people talking down the hall when I'm trying to sleep because I try and go to sleep by like 7 p.m. If I'm good about it, and I get up at 3:45 every day, and I take my job seriously. I'm not trying to cause a mess. And I'm a model tenant. I clean up, I change light, I do stuff I don't even have to. I clean windows, I mop the floors, clean in the fridge. Oh, man, I'm just tired. I'm not stressed about it necessarily, but yeah, and I know this girl, like, she's trying to. I can tell she tries to start arguments because that's like how she connects to people and relates to them. So I try not to be even drawn into anything. But that's what we're looking at now. And I'm trying to impress on the freaking guy I rent from. He's a little too bohemian and laid back and stuff, which is great about him. But it's come to this point where he really should have done this a long time ago. Where he's like, yeah, I'm going to try and get her to move into another spot that I have because, it might be more ideal. I'm like, you're going to try and ask her to move? That is so ridiculous because I know what'll happen. She'll say, oh, okay, sure, yeah, I understand or something. And then at night, when whatever comes over her, or she's doing whatever substance or engaged in whatever activity that makes her enraged, she'll start flipping out again and screaming, and that's it. And then we'll be evicted, and that'll be a hell of a thing, evicting all four of us here. Oh my goodness. But that's life. That's life in LA. That's how crappy landlords are. um, I might reach out to a tenants union. I don't know, because she's terrorizing all of us. Like I said, my roommates and I have had our differences, but we've never crossed the line of disrespecting each other quite like this. And my one roommate kind of did. He texted me disrespect, but I can tell he's really impulsive when it comes to stuff like that, and he's like acted like it never happened. And today we were talking about this and being like, yeah, look, we're on the same page. I get it. What do we do from here? Because we got to try and make sure we don't get kicked out, and also keep ourselves. The first thing is keep ourselves safe from her, and try and live peacefully and not be terrorized by this woman slamming doors, breaking dishes. And I don't expect her behavior to get dialed back. And I just don't want any involved. I don't want to be around her. I want to have a camera recording. We do have a camera in the living room recording that's like connected to a internet connection. But the thing is, like, we need more cameras, so I'm gonna probably have a sleep stream going. But anyways, that's what's going on, everybody. So I'm gonna try and get writing, and just do what I do. And this all feels so twisted and bizarre. Oh, and by the way, this morning on the bus, a guy. Nah, I don't want to talk about it. I saw a guy obviously having a very hard time, and I don't want to talk about it like a lurid story, because it's not. It was sad, and the guy was obviously struggling. But a lot of rough stuff in LA, and I'm not. I still love it here. Hey, I'll go with whatever happens. As far as, I just mean, if I have to move, I'll move. Hell, I'd kind of like to move before they get a chance. I don't want to give them the satisfaction trying to evict me, so maybe that's an option. But even with making like decent money now, it's nowhere near enough to, at least to get my own studio and be able to afford rent every month and not be constantly teetering on not making enough for the month. And also, I don't have a car, so I'd want to. Well, having a car is a problem. Not having a car, because I'd want to be along a bus line. So that's interesting. Or try to get closer to work, which would probably get more expensive. Anyways, so that's what's going on. It's pretty wild. So thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe. Stick around for the live streams of me sleeping. Please monitor the security night sleep stream live streams for me. So we have constant alertness, and what's it called? Like, not presence, but there's some word for it, right? Like constant lacrimoniousness or whatever. We'll have people watching. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.